As we're getting into sports, Bet Online is the world. Jeff, let me ask you this. I like one of the reasons I want to get you on here because you have, the Hollywood guy, you have sources and stuff. So, all right, like a year ago, I was on a thing like that Warner Brothers Discoveries. It's a very poorly run company, right? And they lost the NBA, and the guy that's running it is like, you know, it's got to be in hot
Zaslav
water.
or what?
It's got to be,
Zaslav?
got to be in hot water. All right. So everybody's been speculating, you hear the dirt sheet guys, Meltzer, and all these people to talk about, bro. So AEW right now has gone through 5 years, right? It's since Collision started. They're getting $70 million, okay, for all three of those shows: Dynamite, Collision, and Rampage. Right?
Okay.
That's
Is that
it. They
confirmed? Did that speculate?
I'm almost positive that's confirmed. And I believe originally it was 40 for Dynamite. Okay. Now WWE just signed the 500 million for Netflix and 250, I think it is, for maybe for Raw or for not for Raw, for SmackDown on USA.
I just remember the Netflix was a $5 billion 10-year deal, I believe.
Something like that, yeah. And then there was 500 of a year, right. And I think the Raw is the other program in USA is 250 or 200. Right. It's 7 to 750, right? And we were looking at the metrics, okay, and WWE in audience share does about well over twice the viewers, also near 3 times the amount of viewers. Okay. And their social media footprint is
unbelievable.
It's okay. So you literally have like a lot of eyeballs that are engaged in the product on a weekly basis. Even if you don't watch the show, they do a very good job of keeping you informed on YouTube, on Twitter. They'll post a clip of 2 to 3 minutes. They'll show you, you're following. You can keep up with the action, right? And AEW doesn't do that. Okay, just in your opinion, if for SmackDown and Raw, if WWE is getting 750, okay, what do you think? You deal with WBD, okay, and they've allowed a lot of, I thought, well, while they were doing this, has got to be hurting the negotiations, but WBD is letting on their network a lot of gratuitous blood on regular television, a lot of dirty, not vulgar language, stuff like that. They're put like AEW, and I was thinking, come, that's got to be turning off certain advertisers that aren't going to want to be associated with this product. What do you think? Supposedly that they've come to terms with the deal. What type of deal do you think AEW deserves?
Okay, I was first with the complete caveat that I don't watch, so I'm talking a little out of my keister.
Right.
I have friends who work. I do business with WWE. I have plenty of friends who work at AEW. When we did the movie, we advertised with them. We made a point to do that because I wanted to hook them up, even though we were obviously doing a deal with WWE. So just full disclosure there. And we've talked about this before. I've seen at this point, I think I've seen 2 AEW pay-per-views and a handful of matches otherwise. So just with this guy's not informed. Yes, you're correct. I'm coming out from an entertainment industry sort of point of view. Right. I'm not, first of all, I'm not convinced that Zaslav is in any trouble because at some level he's there to service the debt. There's no question the NBA thing at big. Now, the rumor, and if they do this, I think this is very smart, is they're going to turn it into basically Sports Center. And it's going to keep the 4 guys and they're just going to talk all sports and pop. They're going to do what you guys do and cover everything. That's a good idea. And that will be appointment viewing on its own without basketball. I'd just go watch those guys. So that's the rumor, is that they're staying and that they're going to do it. And they might even sub-license them to Amazon, who will then pay TNT or whoever to you. That stuff's out there.
Those guys are a brand you can't take off TV.
They're the best. I mean,
yes.
We talk about Tom Brady, got paid $300 million, and I thought was really pretty mediocre. Charles Barkley, even though you can't do it because the NBA is not NFL numbers, he's the only guy that's worth superstar. Anyway, we'll come to that. The point is, I don't believe, first of all, I believe AEW. I'm rooting for them. I hope they get a deal. I don't know the guy. I want them to succeed for the sake of the boys, and I like having wrestling on Turner, etc. So let's get that out of the way. You can't expect them to pull a WWE style deal just because, to your point, they're not even, it's apples and pomegranates. I don't look at them as the same thing. At the same time, in a world where cable television is collapsing, the few things that are surviving are live events and sports. Part of my question, I've heard about the Edge. So they did something with a syringe or something.
Yeah, the recent pay-per-view.
I just saw it on Twitter.
Have them in the mail.
Okay. that's not for me personally. At the same time, like, I don't yuck another one person's yum. It's sort of like horror in the sense that, like, my friends made the Saw movies. They're way extreme for my taste, but I respect that it's a business and whatever. I could see a world where if they're going to go on to like Max as part of the deal, maybe they're trying to set up an edgier thing to go, maybe, I don't know. So the real question to me is like, I could see a world where they get a raise just because of the nature of the value of live television and a collapsing cable television infrastructure, even if I know their numbers are down, right? Is that
Right.
correct? Okay.
Correct. Yeah, they're drastically over 5 years.
Okay,
That's the
okay.
thing. Yes.
There's a little bit of an update here too that I want to get when Jeff's finished.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I saw Fightful was putting some up today, so I looked it up real quick, and it says, as reports continue to emerge that a new media rights deal between AEW and WBD is only a matter of time. AEW CEO Tony Khan has continued to play coy, recently confirming that he has yet to put pen to paper. Now rumors are swirling, and AEW has recently trademarked the name AEW Shockwave. But according to Fightful Select, sources say AEW has been in talks with Fox. Though Fox refused to comment officially, it was reported that Fox likes the ad revenue that SmackDown was bringing in on Friday nights, but the show itself was too expensive, and a cheap wrestling property was enticing to the network. No official word. And then
that makes a lot of sense.
At the end here, there's a little on TNT. So it says Fox just doesn't have its eponymous network to offer. Also, the relationship between WBD and AEW is said to be amicable, and that WBD is already planning on rebranding part of its True TV lineup as TNT Sports, indicating a plan to stay in sports despite
That's true.
The NBA, yeah. So
well, the True TV thing is 100%. That's because they've talked about that. They've made deals, I think, even where they've been explicit that the sports content they've licensed will go to True TV specifically. Which again, that was great. I'm glad you brought that up because the True TV thing is almost a perfect example, Glenn, of like why you should like if strategically they're saying the rest of our cable platform is dying. The one thing we have is our sports and now our biggest piece, which I have to actually say, the people that bought the NBA, they overpaid, realistically.
Yeah, that's what, of course they did, yeah.
Right, relative to its numbers. It's not the NFL. I get why they did it. I get the argument towards it. So there's an argument, though, that Zaslav, even with the look of like, if you can keep those guys, the inside crew in-house, and make them a nightly or 3-night-a-week, they're like the Daily Show, which they'll be phenomenal. And now they can talk about, I just heard about the Shannon Sharp thing like half an hour before I came on here. Those guys riffing on that would be phenomenal. And so I would tell you, Glenn, that like I'm bullish that they get a raise just because of the nature of.
Well, they are.
It's right.
They are going to get a raise. There's no way they signed a thing. I'm just wondering how much you think they'd probably be worth based on the men. Like
you said, they were getting
double their
70,
money.
You said they were getting 70.
They're getting 70 for all three. Well, WWE just signed one for 700. You know, so it's like,
so if you got 100 and something,
I would think, you know, but like I think they think they're worth like 5. You know, which I'm wondering, like
maybe
I'm thinking like, you know, WBD is kind of like bro, they've overpaid. Like the sports program is way overpaid. Yeah. Like if you think about it, you know. So except for the football, which is even football's probably overpaid, even though you're getting unbelievable value from it. It's like you know,
I mean, to the one that I'm like, it's okay. Like again, like Tom Brady is not worth $300 million. Right? There's no world where he's worth that money. Even if he's the greatest broadcaster of all time, he's just not, because he's not going to move the NFL ratings at a level. Like, you're going to watch Fox if it's Greg Olson or him. You're watching either way. I don't know. I'm bullish for them, just given the climate of television more than anything they've done. That's like great. Although, I mean, again, from everything I've read, and to be clear, I get my news about them particularly from you guys, from Cornette, who clearly loves them, from like Meltzer, and from you know, Twitter and Reddit or whatever. They've clearly they've had some wonderful successes. I root for them. I hope it works. But yeah, I can't tell you the number because I'll be talking out of my keister, but I would expect like a solid raise.
Right.
So just real quick. I got like 40 minutes before I have to jump into another meeting, and I want to spend 20 minutes.
Pull your mic down. Pull your mic down.
I want to spend 20 minutes on sports and 20 minutes on the debate. So let's start sports. You ready?
Okay.
Go for it. One thing to close up the AEW, I'll be real fast. It just says that WBD made an offer that is supposed to be double the existing one. Okay, so that's where they're at right now. And it also says that suggestions throughout the negotiations that a new deal will also bring AEW pay-per-views to Max. So
that makes a lot of sense. And then you can start justifying, look at it like, as I say, that was in your honor, Conan. looking at the way ESPN acquires UFC, and I don't get they price those. I'm not as MMA. I used to love it. I don't love it the same way you guys do. But
I
like,
love it.
right, Conan, you're paying like $70 on top of your ESPN Plus subscription.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
No,
A fight.
I do.
Aren't you for like a fight? Basically, you're okay. You're sailing the high seas. Got it. So I respect that. But so yeah, that would be the only thing. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.